On behalf of my fellow White Women Advisory Board members, it is my pleasure to welcome you to a first of our series of masterclasses that we'll be hosting. Our masterclass today focuses on career ownership. Aside from learning how to navigate corporate politics to your benefit, today's masterclass will also discuss the Queen Bee Management Syndrome that does no one, especially the Queen Bee, any favors. The Queen Bee Syndrome is a form of politics akin to gatekeeping. It drives people away and gives them a reputation that can follow them throughout their careers. We're going to unpack the syndrome and give valuable advice on how to overcome it and how to avoid it by all means necessary.
Office politics refers to the strategies and relationships individuals such as us use to gain power and influence and achieve our goals within the workplace. It's vital to actually acknowledge the unique challenges us women in the ICT industry face in an industry that has been historically male-dominated. As women, we are not only tasked with mastering technical competencies of our jobs, but also navigating an environment that was not built with us in mind. Therefore, learning to engage effectively in office politics is even more crucial for us.
I wore my refusal to engage in politics really as a badge of honor. And it's a pity, as successful as I was, the challenge is that I actually didn't know what I was talking about when I said I don't do politics. Because most of us do not actually understand what office politics are. And so when people say to me that politics are a symptom of a bad culture, no, bad politics are a symptom of a bad culture. But politics are a part of every culture. I am not a cynic. I don't wake up in the morning to bemoan the state of the world. But I'm also not a raving idealist and this wide-eyed, naive youngster. Somewhere in the middle is pragmatism. And in this world that we do want to be better, but that we also have to accept where it is, in this world, your technical skills are not enough, particularly the more senior you get.
What you want to ensure is that there's equity and fairness in the system, and that all parties feel that they were fairly represented, fairly given a chance to air their views and talk about the issues. If I look at employment equity, they've taken it a step further to talk about microaggressions, to say you can actually reprimand people for the microaggressions and the behaviors that you pick up in meetings or when you're engaging with people.
You will see your peers progressing faster. You know, whether they become a team lead, depending on how long the project is, of course. They become a team lead, they become different things, and you're still sitting and then you're doing work and you're asking yourself, am I not intelligent enough for what is happening here? And that's exactly what I've learned over time, that we are human beings and we need to interact with human beings to be seen and to get elsewhere in life. Otherwise, you're going to remain where you are forever.
There is a question that's come through here from one of our ladies online. I've been trying to move into a new role as I have completely outgrown my current role. However, I have always been doing the other role, and everyone would say I do it well. I just don't have the title. I have been trying to apply. I get told I do well in interviews, but you do not have the experience. This is most discouraging, particularly when they go and get people outside the organization while I am trying to grow and develop internally. What can I do? Please help me.
I think it's everything that we've spoken about. The fact that you can do the job is not enough. Obviously, you're seeing that. And in fact, you might be in a position where people are taking it for granted. Who is your sponsor? How are you going to get them to help you? I think actually I would encourage that person to go back and think on the stuff that we've said, rewatch the recording along with you if they want to. What am I going to do about this?
I had someone coming to my office yesterday and they said, how do I make myself visible? And I said, to who? Because we're going through changes at the moment. And immediately my head was, it's visibility outside of our team. And the person said, no, I'm saying, how do I make myself visible to you?
Oh, wow.
Sure.
Because I think this is something we must all go away and ponder on. Most of the people at work are either allies or adversaries. Do you understand people's views of supporting you or not supporting you? How many times do we assume we know the answers? Invisible contributions have no value. Be visible. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for the privilege of your time. We wish you a wonderful day further, and thank you for joining us today.